Hey guys, so guess what? I just thought I had finished your reading and I did not have the camera on, so I sat back up. And here I am. This is Olivia, and this is your daily pick tarot meditation to get started in your day. And I have my coffee here. I hope you have your beverage of choice. Get relaxed, chillax, get cozy, because we're getting ready to have a serious convo. All right. Who am I? I think I told you I'm Olivia. I do this with intention. I do this with intention to give something out in the world, something good, something positive, hopefully. And I guess I also want to say that how much I appreciate you guys and what it means to me that you guys are here today. And those of you that have given gifts and donations and called and scheduled readings, of course, that has helped me a lot in my survival, my personal survival. And it's also brought me much, much joy, which is sometimes even more important than survival as far as I'm concerned. Um, so, if you do like these videos, hit the like button. If you do want to share this video, please don't hesitate to share this video with your friends or someone who is feeling down, or even someone who is just feeling a little lonely, because I feel like I'm getting some really great connection with people, which I really didn't think could happen online or through a video. I had no idea. This is way easier for me to connect with you online or even over the phone than it is in person, because there's less noise coming through, I guess. I don't know how to explain it, but I was certainly surprised to be finding um, true connection with people this way. So, again, I appreciate that. So, how do we do this? We have this snail shell here, and I'll show these up close. I'll show them a little close right now, and then I'll show them up close when we get to your reading. That's your little snail shell, um, which to me, I love snail shells. They really remind me of how the world just keeps going. And, um, well, here's your arrowhead. It looks like it's made out of onyx, Indian arrowhead. This is a wood chip. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? I found that. It's on the beach. It's real light. I don't know what kind of wood it is or where it came from, but it was found on the beach. And then we have your bronzed wasp's nest. What a amazing little thing. I know where this came from. One of my daughters found it on the ground outside. So exactly where it came from, no, but I do know a little bit. Okay, so now that I've shown you those, we're going to do the thought of the day while you pick your card topper here. And your thought of the day comes from a very special book called the Bible. Sorry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't joke around about that. And I know that's not even a funny joke, it's just me being silly, but I enjoy this. I enjoy being with you here, and I get excited every morning when I do this because I feel, like I said, I feel like we're connecting. Matthew 16:24, verses 24 through 25, so it's just two verses. If anyone would come after me, this is Jesus talking, of course. If anyone would come after me, he must deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. For whoever loses his life for me shall find it. This is an interesting quote to me because I've been studying outside of Christianity um, a lot for a while. I do consider myself to be a Christian. I'm not a traditional type Christian because I call myself a believer. I believe all of it. Think about that for a second. It's a real challenge sometimes to believe all of it. I believe it. Okay. Here we go. We're going to start with the snail shell. We'll just put it right over here in front of the arrow. And you have chosen the Seven of Rods. Now, how many times have you had this card? Be honest with yourself. There's something going on with you if you've had this card more than once. You are having to stand your ground. You're really having to stand up for yourself. You're doing a really good job of it. Keep going. Now is not the time to give up. Now is not the time to doubt yourself. This card was drawn right side up, so it tells me that this challenge is a life lesson for you. Do yourself a favor. Do talk to friends and ask for help. I feel like I should move this around. Avoid getting into further difficulties. That's really all I have. Persevere. Just keep on keeping on, guys. All right. Um, See how strong he is and how he's building this fence. He is not isolating. Okay, I don't want you to fall into the trap of isolation. He is standing his ground. He is making sure that you know where his space starts. So, if I were to give you assignment today, oh, my aliens are showing. Whoops. It's a little alien card deck I have, and I don't even know why it's on this easel. I know why this is on there. It's decorative. Okay, so anyway, back to you. If I were to give you a thought of the day, I just want you to think over about what it is that you are needing to protect, and where are you moving? What are you doing? And why? I'm not saying to doubt yourself. You shouldn't. But in order to help you stand your ground, then it will help you to It will help you to go back over why you're doing it. Um, that's what. And so now we will turn over the card that's under the arrowhead. Karma. Woof. Okay, so this karma card has come up several times too recently. Um, Now I'm trying to remember. No, this was right side up, so that's good. That means you've got some good karma. You're into some good karma. It runs the gamut. It goes all the way from it looks like a sudden death to rebirth to angel guides helping to finding your person in this world with the gods and the goddesses watching over you, and on back looks like learning about God, and then we go down. Here's someone who's on their hands and knees looking very vulnerable, and here's the baby. Oh, this is someone that's coming back around to the earth to be born on this earth. So this card is also known as the judgment card. So kind of like, what did you do in your life, and what's coming back to you is one of the messages that you get here. You're in a good part, so there's nothing to worry about here. It's actually a pretty lucky card, or it can be. So I always say when you have this card to think about what your highest calling here in life is, because this is something that you are going to need to work on in order to move forward. Whether you believe in past lives or not, as I said earlier, I am a believer. I believe all of it. Then just worry about this life. If you're someone who believes in past lives, we know that karma can come around and be in within one lifetime or within other lifetimes. You may be paying off karma from a different lifetime. Basically, I want you to listen for your call and heed your call. What is your calling? What is your highest calling? Don't judge yourself too harshly. You're capable. I'm not the most spiritual person in the world. Um, but I wanted to do this for you guys, and I think that it's been a positive thing in my life and several of yours. You don't have to be a super expert to serve God or to serve your life out like you should, or like you feel like you should, making a difference. So we're going to move on. As you can tell from what I've done here, we're going to go ahead and move on to the wood chip. It's very light. I got it at the beach. Did I already say that? Probably did. Okay, we have the High Priest. In other decks, he's also known as Hierophant. Very traditional. He can be a liaison between, kind of like the Holy Spirit, between you and God. He's a priest. We have, I keep wanting to look up why we have this bird here that looks kind of like an eagle of some sort. Maybe egalitarian. So your lesson today, tradition, conformity, this is what he represents. Law, the laws of the land. He obeys the laws of the land. He commands a holy respect. Completely knowledgeable. Sometimes sensitive. Sometimes this card can represent a spiritual alignment, like a marriage or a promise that you've made. Something like that. It can represent something like that. Basically, if you have this card today, what I would say to you is to seek out, if you're having trouble with something, seek out some spiritual advice through a person that you know is a spiritual person and that you think of as someone who is truly holy. If you have someone like that in your life, if you don't, pick out someone that you feel like you trust and that can give you some good advice about what's going on. Unless this is you, which that's not what I'm feeling right now. So if it is you, maybe you are getting ready to be bestowed with the priesthood, or getting ready to be advanced as a priest in the church. I don't know. I kind of have the feeling for most of you, this is for you to seek out someone like this in order to talk to you about what's going on in your life right now. And now we're going to go to my favorite card topper here, which is the wasp's nest, bronzed. Like someone actually grabbed a wasp's nest and bronzed it. We're going to turn over your card. And alas and alack. We have the Five of Pentacles. You can see why I said alas and alack. It is a very sad looking card. I also happen to pull this card in the inverted pose. So we're going to talk about that side of the card today and how and what you need to do in this situation. It seems like a very codependent situation. Enabling. So either you are coming out of this bad place, which I think you are, because didn't you get this card recently? I know I keep saying that, but I'm pulling a lot of the same cards lately, especially in this daily reading. I think that's casting a shadow. So the bad times may be close to over. However, they may be just continuing. What I want you to do is I want you to think about how you got here. Was it greed? Was it bad decisions? Don't isolate. That is not a good thing to do in this situation. You do need to find a different attitude about this, or look at it a different way, and come to look at it as a life lesson. Don't look at it as a failure. Look at it as a life lesson, and you need to come full circle and actually learn this lesson that you're learning. Ask for help. With this card in the inverted position, sometimes I suggest couples counseling, or if you're not in a relationship, counseling for yourself, or if your other half won't go to couples counseling with you, just go yourself. A lot of people do that. And we're at the end. We have done it. We're at the end of this video, and I'm very reluctant to sign off because I love doing this. But we shall meet again tomorrow, and I look forward to it. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Bye.